I'm Tarot, and this is a new release, the Edmund Dulac Tarot. By the way, Edmund Dulac, if you're interested, hit up Wikipedia. Tons of information on old Ed, talking about his designs and his life and whatnot. Stamp design as well. A lot of interesting images there. There are also fairy tale books. There are trading card sets on Etsy. Journals, there are calendars, all sorts of interesting things. Anyway, if you're interested in Ed himself, then go hit that up and check it out. So now we're looking at the tarot, by the way. New release. I just got this today. So I am interested in this. You know, anything with original artwork, I'm always highly interested in. Pretty much buy 100% of anything that has original artwork. I'm just really into that, as you can already tell from my stuff. So there is the front of the box, and here is the back of the box. Well, that is nice. That is nice looking. So I'm assuming it just has a little white book and whatnot. Let's crack this puppy open and check out the book here. So the book appears to be around 50-ish pages, about almost 60 pages. It's pretty standard little white book with all of the different languages and whatnot. So it goes through all the different let's see, cups, ships, festive. Okay, so it doesn't give generic meanings. It does actually talk about the cards. That's nice. That's nice. A man and a woman embrace and observe the world from the heights of the mountain. So that's really cool. And then with a couple of keywords. Let's take a look at the cards and be careful not to slice into the cards. That's never a good thing. So here we go. It's got that fresh chemical smell. Love it. That fresh printed chemical smell with the Tarosophy. And there is the back. Very reversal friendly there. And here is the front. So we get a standard cover card. By the way, we'll do 4K flip through as always. Go through those. And we have the standard cover card as well there. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled about the big borders, but I do like this. So I'm assuming they just pulled his existing artwork and then just sort of made it work. I do like that. I like the Fool. I do. I like the Fool. That's a very interesting take on that. Obviously, it's not dedicated for the Fool, but still. Magician, very, very interesting. The sword and just sort of staring at it. It's almost like a genie is going to come out. Nice. Okay. Interesting. No pillars, but sure, why not? And yeah, I do like that. What is on the floor? Is that a planter? I'm assuming that's a planter and a letter. So there'll be a lot of interesting things to sort of take away from this as far as this is concerned. Ooh, I like this. Being spoiled, basically. It's interesting. So you have more sort of curled up letters on the floor there. The king himself. And well, here we go with that. I have no idea what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on there. But I like that. I like this implementation of the lovers. That's very cool. Very cool. Is this just his majestic power, I guess? A power of the religion or a power of the Hierophant? I don't know. But the lover is pretty standard. I like the garden background as well. And, well, that is interesting. Okay. Strength. Pretty standard. Pretty standard. I like that. I like that. Very, very loose watercolor feel to it. Ooh, I like him being in the building and more letters and more books. So the hermit is just sort of studying at this point. Very, very cool. And the wheel, wow, it's almost like, okay, so she's sort of sewing something. She's creating something out of the wheel. I like that. I like the subtle nuance in the wheel. If she is creating something, what is she creating kind of feel, right? Ooh, I like that. That's very cool. All right, what do we got here? All right, just sort of swimming in. Very nice. And that is interesting. That is really interesting. What is going on here? So these people are praying or sort of mourning, I guess, for the death. And I believe this is temperance. So we have the weight and a weighted temperance. That is interesting. Instead of being blended, it's sort of being a weight. And it's sort of, oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. All right. So I believe this is the devil, right? Yeah. All right. So one person's really scared. The other person's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Bring it on. Bring it on. Whatever. And the tower. Oh, look at the sort of the ghosts or the wraiths coming out of the tower. The tower's not crumbling, but you do have the ghosts and the wraiths coming out. And look at this figure at the bottom, sort of just looking up at it, trying to figure out what's happening. That is really cool. That is really cool. I think that is the star, I believe. Yes. Yes, maybe. The moon. Right. Very cool. Oh, nice. Nice. Wow, just the looseness of this art is really good. This begs for a trim. It really does, but it's going to turn into just a microscopic deck. To give you a reference, here is the trimmed Thoth, and if I trim these, it would be as small as that. Oh, man, I hate trimming. This is why I hate this much border. If you trim it, it just becomes a microscopic deck. Anyway. The world. Very, very cool there. Wow, what is going on back there? Has a lot of just sort of loose backgrounds and almost loose foregrounds as well. All right, here we go for the Ace of Cups, sort of bringing in the ship. I don't think I've ever seen that. I would expect to see this like the Six of Swords or something, but not the Ace of Cups like that. Very cool. And the Two of Cups with that embrace. So what the hell is happening there? What's even going on? Is she a mermaid? I think she is a mermaid. So she's a mermaid. Wow. That is really cool. Man, I love this art style. Really do. I love this style. There's so much for your intuition to pick up on. I just wish the cards were bigger and no border. But wow, so the three, so that you reuniting or uniting. So having a party, and it looks like maybe they just ate. And now they're having a swim or a party. Aren't you supposed to wait an hour after swimming? I'm not sure. The four, wow, just that relaxed feel. Not being offered any cups, but that relaxed feel that we have going in there is very nice. Very nice. What's going on here? So she's just sort of dejected and looks sort of like, I want to be left alone. With the moss, I guess. I don't know what's happening with her clothes or the lack thereof. Okay, so the six, the giving. What is going on here? That is so weird. Almost has that Lady of Shalott looking feel, like the pre-Lady of Shalott feel. So what is she doing? I don't know. That's very cool, though. And the seven, there we go, the Seven of Cups. Wow, that is a lot going on in there. There's a lot going on in that picture. All right, and the eight, abandonment. Oh, okay. Sort of by himself in the dark. Then the nine, that relaxed feel that we sort of come into there. And the 10, pretty traditional. You can grab just about any image and make it work with a 10 of Cups. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, and then this is that's the page. So I guess this icon is the page, the knight, the queen, and the king, I'm assuming. The page. So the page, look at how relaxed he is. He doesn't give a crap. That dude doesn't give a crap. And she's just right along with him. She's like, sure, let's go. Wow, look at that knight. How pretty is that? And the queen, she looks lonely. She looks just, I don't know. And the king, what is happening there? He's feeding that fish, I think. Wow, there's so much. See, when you get original art, there's so much. There's so much. All right, here we come with the Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, let's play some chess. Sure. I mean, that works for me. The Two of Pentacles choices. Oh, listening to seashells and reaching out. What is she reaching out to, though? How cool. She's reaching out. I think she's trying to communicate with somebody. Don't you get that feel? You get that feel she's trying to communicate with somebody. She's almost like trying to use the shell as a phone and just reaching out to the water to communicate. Wow. The 3, working. Some people working. A very, very intensive thought process going on there. The 4, getting a bit of that rest here. A bit of the rest here. Wow. So that is the, that's the fairy tale. You remember the fairy tale where P was at the bottom of like 20 mattresses or something, and some lady could detect the P was there or something like that? I mean, that has that sort of feel, that fairy tale feel there. Wow, how pretty is that? Such muted colors, but so beautiful. Wow, that is so beautiful, and it's so muted. It's still gorgeous. And then we have the 6. So, 6 of Pentacles. I'm not really sure what's going on there. 7 of Pentacles, the planting. So they're both just sort of waiting for it. That's interesting. And the 8, more work. And we have someone sort of waiting for a bull, and he's creating it. What is he? Is he talking? Is he yelling? Is he singing? What's going on there? I think that's interesting. And then the 9 of Pentacles, pretty standard. You know, they're not pentacles everywhere, but the 10 of Pentacles, we have everything. And you sort of see that across there. Very, very, very cool. Wow, look at this one. That dude, the dude is just trying to figure out what's happening. It seems like the woman is in complete control here, and the guy's just trying to figure out what's going on. That's the page, the Knight. Look at that. Look at how long that horse's mane is. It's almost like that horse's, that green horse. How cool. And her, what's going on with all the paper? Does she read something? Is she into something? And then the King of Pentacles. He's just like, come on over. Come on over. It'll be all right. She's like, well, I'm not really sure. He's like, come on. Come on, let's go. And now we come to the Wands. I believe this is the Wands, and that would be the Swords. Yes, okay. The Ace of Wands, getting started on something. Wow, so she's sort of guiding the beginning. So we have a beginning, but it's a guided beginning. And then the Two of Wands, sort of that looking out domain. She's trying to figure out what's happening. And then we're sort of surveying the landscape. That's interesting. We have a barrier in both pictures, but this barrier is away from us, but this barrier is towards us. Very, very cool. And the sort of the castle in the background as well. Let's see, Four of Wands, home. We have that feel. We got that feel. Everybody's there. Everybody's relaxed. She's holding, I think, a flower or a bouquet or something. And she's barefoot. It's interesting. So the Five of Wands, the fighting. It looks like they're hiding. Look, a Lord of the Rings feel, doesn't it? Lord of the Rings, and here comes somebody, and they're hiding from these people. They're trying to figure out what's happening. It seems like they're hiding from the fight. That is an interesting perspective. Now you're hiding from the fight instead of being part of the fight. So you're trying to get away from it, trying to get away from the fight. I'm going to read with this tonight. No doubt about it. Whoa, what is this? Wow, the Six of Wands. Success. Lord of Victory. Wow, look at the protection she has. Wow, it's almost like that they're just guarding her. And then the Seven of Wands. Okay, what the hell is going on there? I have no idea. Is she dead? Wow, man, this is thick. This is thick stuff. I haven't even looked at the cardstock. Speaking of thick, I'm just enthralled. Look at this 8. Look at the motion. Instead of wands flying around, we just have these spirits. Wow, and their hair just has sort of wings coming out of it. That is so cool. And we have a barrier on the other side of them. I'm going to read, man, I'm going to read with this all the time. 9, look how pretty that is. Wow, the 10, what a great representation of that. What a great representation of that. So I'm assuming his stuff is a free-for-all at this point, right? Because he died, let's see, when did he die? So he lived, died 1953 in London. So I'm assuming that everybody just grabbed all of his art that he could All right. Wow, look at the knight. I'm sorry, the page. Then that is the knight. I know I'm going long. Sorry. I'm drooling over this. This is good. You have to admit, this is nice. The queen, look how much stuff is going on here. Look how much stuff is going on there. And the king as well. What is happening? Is that a pulpit where he's reading? It is. It's almost like a church pulpit where he's reading something. No. He's getting a formula and he's making some chemicals or something. Wow. All right, last one. Sorry, taking so long. Oh, wow, look at that. That almost looks like the 5 wands with swords, right? They're trying to fight off something, or they're trying to summon something. Wow, so many representations of this that could be done. And, whoa, check that out. The 2, no swords in her hand, but whatever. And the 3 of swords, the heartbreak. That is such an interesting representation of it. The 4 of swords, taking a little break, taking a rest. It's interesting how the tassel on the drapery sort of connects to the bedpost. It's almost like something's about to come get her, you know, from the inside the clouds or the wall or whatever that is. So the 5 of swords, defeat. Lord of defeat. Maybe she's defeated. I'm really sure. Not really a good representation. But oh, wow, the 6. What a great picture to represent that. They picked that one good. Somebody picked that one really good. He's really happy. He's got all of his treasures, and he's just on a mission. He's just on a mission. Are there any rows at all? Do you see any way he's navigating something? Oh, is he landlocked? Look at that. It's almost like that he's resting on land, and the water's just surrounding him. And the 7 of swords, taking away. Wow. It's almost like he's about to ambush him, or he's spying on him. And then the 8. What's happened? Is he dead? I assume he's dead. He's turning into a tree. You see his hands are tree limbs. Look at that. So they're trying to figure out what he is or what he's doing. Wow. Wow, this art is amazing. This art is amazing. I may need to pick up this guy's book. I know he has a couple of books on Amazon. I think there's a couple of books on Amazon that have his artwork. I may want to check this out. Whoa, check that out. So he's asleep, and there's almost like a gremlin coming into the room. What's that going on with his head? Wow, so cool. I know I'm going long, sorry. The 10, whoa! That is getting stabbed and assaulted. That is stabbed and assaulted. And the Page of Swords, he's trying to figure out how to communicate. He has too many documents he's reading, or he's writing it, or he's trying to figure it out. And the Knight, whoa. So the Knight is being guided. Look at that. He's being guided by a wraith. So the Knight is sort of hovering in air. He's being held up or guided by this wraith. Wow. And we have the Queen. She's all relaxed. And finally we have the King. What is happening there? This deck, I wish it were bigger. Really wish it were bigger. This deck, you could read for a long time. The card is really thin. Cardstock is super thin, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But basically, yeah, there's the cardstock. I would say, I'm just guessing, I'm not guaranteed, I would say 310 GSM, maybe 320. Yeah, but it's sort of glossy. It's a bit glossy, as you can tell from the reflection. Overall, I'm pleased with this deck. I really am. That is the Edmund Dulac Tarot. Let me know what you think about that. Again, little white book, doesn't cover much, but it does go over the... it does sort of tell you what's happening in the card, but it doesn't elucidate on the meaning. Anyway, death, pretty standard stuff. So let me know what you think. 4K flip through coming tonight or tomorrow. I can't wait to read with this for sure. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe.